Welcome to Johan's Planet.
George and the Noisy Baby. Peppa and George's family are having a sleepover at Cousin Chloe's house. Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig are looking forward to an early night. They've had a long journey. "Hello," cries Cousin Chloe. "Hello," shouts Auntie Pig. "Hello," booms Uncle Pig. Everyone makes a lot of noise in Cousin Chloe's house. They are a very noisy family. "First, we'll put baby Alexander to bed," says Auntie Pig. "This is his bedroom." Auntie Pig turns up baby Alexander's musical mobile. "Alexander likes noise," she explains. "It sends him to sleep." Peppa and George are staying in Cousin Chloe's bedroom. They are very excited. "Night, night," snorts Peppa. Soon everyone is tucked up in their beds asleep. Baby Alexander is awake. Everyone is awake. Uncle Pig tries vacuuming. Auntie Pig tries playing the trumpet. "Noise is the best way to get baby Alexander to sleep," she says. Daddy Pig has a quieter idea to try. When George was a baby, we used to put him in his pram and wheel him around the house. He says that always sent him to sleep. Daddy Pig pushes baby Alexander in his pram. He only has to go around the house 50 times. Good, he puffs at last. Baby Alexander is asleep. Daddy Pig and baby Alexander are ready to come inside. Auntie Pig switches the alarm back on. "George," cries Daddy Pig, "what are you doing up?" "Ah," yawns George. "Noisy." Daddy Pig takes George and baby Alexander back up to bed. He is about to turn the light off when... "Uh-oh," gasps George. Baby Alexander is awake again. It is very noisy. Daddy Pig decides to drive baby Alexander around in the car. "Don't forget to turn off the alarm," shouts Auntie Pig. Daddy Pig forgets to turn off the alarm. The noisy house wakes everyone up. Miss Rabbit zooms across in her rescue helicopter. "Is everyone all right down there?" yells Miss Rabbit. "Yes, thank you," bellows Uncle Pig. The alarm has worked. Baby Alexander is fast asleep. "And it's all down to my noisy daddy," giggles Peppa. The end. Peppa's first sleepover.
Hello, everyone.
Peppa is going to her very first sleepover at Zoe Zebra's house. "Welcome to my sleepover," Zoe says. "I'll pick you up in the morning," Mommy Pig says to Peppa with a kiss.
Hello, Peppa.
Rebecca Rabbit, Susie Sheep, and Emily Elephant are already there.
I've got my teddy.
Peppa says. Zoe has her monkey.
Oh,
Rebecca has her carrot.
carrot.
Susie has her owl. And Emily has her frog. Don't stay up too late, girls, and don't be too loud. Daddy Zebra has to get up early to deliver the post, Mommy Zebra says as she turns out the lights. Zoe's baby twin sisters, Zuzu and Zaza, want to join the sleepover too.
Sleepover only for big girls.
Zoe says. The twins begin to cry. They're so sweet and little, Peppa says. Can they stay? Rebecca asks. Okay, Zoe says to the twins, but you must not fall asleep. What should we do first? Susie asked. I'm having piano lessons. Listen. Zoe starts to pound on the keys.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Mommy Zebra has woken up. Shh, you must be quiet so Daddy Zebra can sleep. Now into your sleeping bags, please. What do we do now? Peppa asks. At sleepovers, there's always a midnight feast, Zoe says. It's when we eat things, Susie says in a hushed voice. In secret. Shh, Zoe says as she leads the girls to the kitchen. They each grab some delicious fruit, perfect for a midnight feast. The floorboard creaks. Oh no, Mommy Zebra has woken up. You'll wake Daddy Zebra. Now, who knows a bedtime story? The girls take turns. Once upon a time there was a little fairy, Susie begins. And she lived in the forest, Peppa continues. And the fairy met a big monster who went roar, Emily says with a big elephant trumpet noise. Oh dear, the noise has woken Daddy Zebra. Sorry, Daddy, Zoe says. There was a story about a fairy and a scary monster. And we want to know what happens next, Peppa says. Very well, Daddy Zebra sighs. The monster lifted up his great big hairy paws and walked along on his great big hairy feet and sang, Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Daddy Zebra sings gently as he plays the piano. Daddy Zebra's song has sent everyone to sleep. The end. Recycling fun. Mr. Bo the bin man is collecting the rubbish. It's early in the morning, so he tries to be as quiet as he can. Crash, clank. But Mr. Bo is not very good at being quiet. Hello, Mr. Bull, snort Daddy Pig, Peppa, and George. Hello, everyone, says Mr. Bull. Peppa and George are helping to clear up the breakfast things. We don't put bottles in the rubbish bin. They can be recycled, says Mommy Pig. Soon they have collected enough things, so Peppa and her family set off for the recycle center. Mommy Pig has the bottles and Peppa has the tin cans. George has the newspapers. Is everybody ready? asked Daddy Pig. Yes, shout Peppa and George. Clink, clink, rattle, rattle, rustle, rustle. Soon they arrive at Miss Rabbit's recycle center. Miss Rabbit is sitting high up inside a big crane. She is busy recycling all the rusty old cars. It is very noisy. Who knows which bin the bottles go in? asked Mommy Pig. The green one, says Peppa. That's right, snorts Daddy Pig. Clink, clink. And the cans go in the blue one, says Peppa. Well done, Peppa, smiles Mommy Pig. Rattle, rattle. Daddy Pig lifts George up so he can empty the newspapers into the red bin. Rustle, rustle. Where's our car gone? Asked Daddy Pig. Stand back, shouts Miss Rabbit from up above them. Miss Rabbit is about to recycle Peppa's car. Stop, shouts Peppa. Our car isn't old and rusty. Ha ha, silly me, says Miss Rabbit. I just love recycling. So do we, laughs Peppa. But we also love our little car. Peppa goes skiing.
Skiing is fun! Whee!
It is a lovely snowy day and Peppa's family are going skiing. First, they have to take a ski lift all the way to the top of Snowy Mountain. Oh, that looks a bit high, says Daddy Pig. Daddy Pig does not like heights. Everyone gets on the ski lift. This is fun, calls Peppa, and she sings a little song.
In the air, in a chair, snow is falling everywhere.
Daddy Pig does not think it is fun. He does not like the way the ski lift clunks and clanks. At the top of Snowy Mountain, Daddy Pig falls out of his chair and into the snow. Are you all right, Daddy? Cries Peppa. Ho ho, yes, Peppa, says Daddy Pig. Let's get you to your ski lesson. Madame Gazelle starts the ski lesson. Peppa, George, and all their friends learn how to start and stop.
Whee! Skiing is fun!
Cries Peppa as they go down the baby slope.
Can we see you ski now, Madame Gazelle?
Asks Peppa.
Oh, I don't know.
Replies Madame Gazelle.
Please!
Everyone cries.
Very well.
Says Madame Gazelle. Voila! Madame Gazelle does a magnificent ski jump. Everyone claps and cheers. That was amazing, says Peppa. Thank you, says Madame Gazelle. I was the world champion at skiing and I won this cup. Woo! Everyone says. Which mommy or daddy would like a go? Asks Madame Gazelle. I will, says Mommy Pig. Where does this path lead? Down the mountain, cries Madame Gazelle. Help! Where are the brakes? Shouts Mommy Pig. She can't stop, cries Daddy Pig. Let's catch up with her in the coach. Mommy Pig skis down the mountain, along the road and past the shops. Eee! Stand back! Cries Mommy Pig. She even does a loop-the-loop at the top speed. Finally, everyone catches up with Mommy Pig. She has crashed straight into a snowdrift. You're a walking, talking snowman, Mommy. I have never seen such amazing skiing, says Madame Gazelle. This cup belongs to you now. Everyone cheers as Madame Gazelle presents Mommy Pig with her world champion cup.
Hooray!
Says Peppa. My mommy is a skiing champion. The end. School bus trip.
All aboard!
Peppa and her friends are going on a school bus trip,
Let's check that you are all here.
says Madame Gazelle.
Here!
cries Peppa. Today, begins Madame Gazelle.
We are going on a trip to the mountains.
Hooray!
Cheer all the children. Peppa and Susie are already a little hungry. Please, can we eat a lunch now? They ask Madame Gazelle. Why not eat your apples and save the rest for the picnic? She replies, crunch, crunch. The bus has arrived at the foot of the mountain. The road is very steep. Come on, Buzz! You can make it! Everyone cheers.
Hooray!
Peppa and her friends have finally made it to the top of the mountain.
Look at the view.
Gasped Madame Gazelle. All the children look out over the valley.
Wow!
Sighs Peppa loudly.
Wow! Wow! Wow!
Peppa hears in the distance. What was that? She asks quietly. It's your echo, Peppa, replies Madame Gazelle.
An echo is the sound you hear when you speak loudly in the mountains.
Explains Madame Gazelle. Now it's time for a picnic lunch. Peppa loves picnics. Everyone loves picnics. Yum, yum.
Where are the ducks?
Asks Peppa, taking a bite of her sandwich.
They always turn up when we have picnics.
Quack, quack, quack. Here come the ducks.
Hello, would you like some bread?
Peppa asks them. The ducks are very lucky today. There is plenty of bread. Quack, 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 quack. The bus has arrived. The bus has arrived. It's time to go home. Let's all sing a song, suggests Madame Gazelle.
Hooray!
We're playing a tune and we're singing a song with a bing and a bong and a bing.
Bong, bing, boo. Bing, bong, bing. Bing, bong, bingly, bongly, boo. Bong, bing, boo. Bing, bong, bing. Bing, bong, bingly, bongly, boo.
Everyone has had a great day. The end. Dentist trip. Every morning, Peppa and George brush their teeth. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrub, scrub, scrub. George, are your teeth as clean as mine? Peppa asked, showing off her clean white teeth. Out Daddy Pig. Later that day, Peppa and George are at the dentist waiting for the checkup. It is George's first visit. Peppa, George, the dentist will see you now, says Miss Rabbit, the nurse. Hooray! They both cheer. This is Dr. Elephant, the dentist. Who's first? He asks. I'm first, replies Peppa. I'm a big girl. Watch me, George. Open wide, please, orders Dr. Elephant softly. Ah! Peppa opens her mouth as wide as she possibly can. Let's take a look, says the dentist, checking Peppa's teeth with a mirror. There, all done. What lovely clean teeth, cheers Dr. Elephant. Now you can have the special drink. Phew. Peppa spits the pink liquid out into the sink. It's George's turn next. George does not want it to be his turn, so the dentist lets him hold Mr. Dinosaur. All done. You have very strong, clean teeth, George, smiles Dr. Elephant. But wait, what is this? Cries Dr. Elephant. George has clean teeth, but this young dinosaur's teeth are very dirty. The water jet, please, Miss Rabbit, orders the dentist. He uses the water to clean Mr. Dinosaur's teeth. Splosh! Pink, cries George, picking up a glass. That's right, George, says the dentist. Mr. Dinosaur needs some special pink drink. Gargle, gargle. Gosh, what shiny teeth you have, Mr. Dinosaur, cries Miss Rabbit.
Dinosaur.
Grrr, snorts George. George loves Mr. Dinosaur, especially now that he has nice clean teeth. The end. Peppa the Pirate. Peppa and her friend are at Danny Dog's house. They are playing pirates. Yo-ho-ho! Shouts Pirate Peppa. Hello, says Pedro Pony. Yee-haw! Peppa smiles. Pedro has come dressed as a cowboy. Grandad Dog arrives. He is in charge of the pirates today. Ahoy there, me hearties, he shouts. If you want to play a game, say arr. Arr, say the children. Grandad Dog claps his hands. It's time for a pirate treasure hunt. Grandpa Pig has taken my treasure, says Grandad Dog. Will you help me get it back again? Yes, shout Peppa and her friends. The pirates are on the way. To win the game, they must go to Grandpa Pig's hideout and get the golden treasure without being caught. Arrgh. The pirates run down to Grandad Dog's boat. They put on their life jackets and climb aboard. Anchors away! Shouts Grandad Dog. Full sail! Hey, hey! Reply Peppa and her friends. The pirates sail across the water to Grandpa Pig's orchard. Land ahoy! Cries Grandad Dog. The mummies are waiting to greet them. Hooray for pirates! Cheers Mrs. Dog. Shush, Mommy, whispers Danny. Grandpa Pig will hear you. Ha ha! The pirates sneak into the orchard. They stay very, very quiet. I hope there are no pirates around here, says Grandpa Pig, trying to take my lovely treasure. Hee hee. Danny tries not to giggle. Peppa and Susie Sheep tiptoe up to some treasure. They get it down without being caught. Susie unwraps the first golden coin. It's made of chocolate, she gasps. Yum, says Peppa. Peppa and her friends get all the chocolate coins without being caught. Well done, shipmate, says Grandad Dog. I love playing pirate, says Peppa. Arr! Ho, jolly pirates we, that sail the deep blue sea, to find a golden treasure, full sail, a-ho, yippee! Tiny creatures. Peppa and George are helping Grandpa Pig pick vegetables. Grandpa hands Peppa a lettuce. Peppa can see something sitting on the lettuce. There's a horrible monster, she snorts. That's just a little snail, says Grandpa. Grrr, monster, says George. George likes the snail. Suddenly the snail disappears. Where's he gone? asks Peppa. He's hiding in his shell, explains Grandpa. Grandpa, George and I want to be snails, says Peppa. Well, says Grandpa, these baskets can be your shells. I'm going to eat up old Grandpa Pig's lettuce, laughs Peppa. Hoy! Keep off my lovely lettuce, you cheeky snails, calls Grandpa. And when Grandpa Pig shouts at me, giggles Peppa, I'll hide inside my little house. Monster, says George. Here are Peppa and George's friends. Can we be snails too? They ask. Well, says Grandpa, you could be something else exciting from the garden. What's that buzzing sound? asks Peppa. It's coming from that little house, says Susie. It's a bee house, explains Grandpa. It's called a hive. The bees collect nectar from the flower and then fly to the hive to make it into honey. I like honey, says Peppa. Let's pretend to be bees. Buzz, buzz, buzz. What busy bees, laughs Grandpa. Granny Pig has been baking bread. Would you busy bees like some toast? She asked. Yes, please, say Peppa and her friend. With lots of honey. I like being a bee because they eat lots of lovely honey, says Susie. I like being a snail, snorts Peppa. Because they eat all Grandpa's vegetables. The end. George's birthday.
Dinosaur.
Today is George's birthday. It is very early in the morning, says George, jumping up and down. Happy birthday, George, says Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig. George wakes me up, says Peppa. Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig have a present for George. When George opens it, he shouts,
Dinosaur.
Grrr! Ho ho! Squeeze its tummy, says Daddy Pig. George's new dinosaur roars. Laughs George. Peppa has made George a card. When George opens the card, he shouts,
Dinosaur.
We're going somewhere very special for George's birthday treat, says Mommy Pig. Yippee! Says Peppa, and off they all go. The family arrives at the museum. George, what do you like best in the whole world? Asks Daddy Pig.
Dinosaur.
Says George. George's birthday treat is a visit to the dinosaur room, says George, jumping up and down. Beep, beep. Says a great big dinosaur. George is very surprised and starts to cry. Don't be frightened, George. It's not a real dinosaur, explains Mommy Pig. George loves the robot dinosaur. Surprise! Peppa and George's friends are here. Mommy Rabbit has made a birthday cake for George. It's a dinosaur cake, says Peppa. Happy birthday, George, shouts everyone. There's one last surprise, says Daddy Pig. Everybody follows Daddy Pig outside. What's that? asks Peppa, looking at George's surprise. Daddy Pig switches on a pump. It just needs to be filled with air, he says. It's the bouncy castle, Peppa cries. No, it's a dinosaur. A bouncy dinosaur, shouts Peppa.
Dinosaur,
Says George.